Well, good morning. Happy Thursday to you, and hope you're starting off with a great little pep in your step. If not, this show is all about putting a smile on your face, right? Giving you a little hope. We've got a great community here that will help lift you up, these Monica's Maniacs that they call themselves over the last few years. So, good morning to all of you. Feel free to sign in. Let us know where you're watching from and how your day is going. We're going to give you some weather, and then I'm going to get right into our segment, and I'll sprinkle in some news you can use throughout the rest of the hour. Also, today is a day I'm going to give another 1 year membership away to Crunch Fitness, one of our many sponsors, and we want to thank them immediately. Crunch is our national sponsor, by the way, and we've got a ton of local ones. If you would like to become a sponsor or have our show be brought to your business, shoot me an email, info@therealmonicaadams.com, and let's talk about it. We've got our 750th show celebration coming up. Could it be at your business? That would be a massive one. So let's talk about that. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors, as you see here below. Don't forget to share, like, and follow our live stream so that all of your followers can find out more about the topics we discuss, the hope and the inspiration we give, and shining the spotlights on incredible small businesses. That's what we're all about. Small business, lifting up small business. All right, weather-wise, we are in St. Louis, Missouri. For those of you that are just outside of our area, just hang tight. We're going to get into something that you can connect to, and you can help my guest all around the world. I've done my voting already. You'll hear about that coming up for Champ in just a second. All right, weather-wise, here's what you can expect. It's been really pretty, has it not? It's going to be 65 and partly sunny today. Great day to go out and walk the doggies. 56 for a low tonight. Tomorrow, we have a spot morning shower. 72 for the high. We drop into the mid-40s tonight. Saturday, Sunday, here's what you can expect for the weekend. I have a slight chance of an afternoon shower. 66. Now, tomorrow when we have our aspiring meteorologist Beckett Moore on, I will be asking him if we need to bring an umbrella, etc., as we all head out to the Yuppie Puppies Forever Gala. I can't believe it's finally here. Excited for that. Coming up Saturday night, 36. So when we come out of the gala, it's going to be very cold. Sunday is very, very cold and windy, unfortunately. 44 for the high and 27 Sunday night. So we've got that hard freeze coming in, as you can see on Monday. 44 for the high on Monday, 29 again for the low. So some freezes coming up for sure. Sunday night, Monday night. I was asking my husband, do you have the do you have the hose still plugged in? He was like, yes. And I was like, yep, we got to get that out because the freeze is coming. So remember that. Cover up anything that you don't want. Most people, I would say, you've already got those plants and they're already transitioned to mums on your front porch, right? But if you do have anything that needs to be covered up, just a heads up that that's coming for you. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and into next Saturday, the following Saturday, things are looking good. Don't forget our veterans coming up on Tuesday. I've got something special planned from an incredible honor flight that I was blessed, and I do mean blessed, to go on last year. So there's some incredible footage that we took from everything that I was able to see with them. And again, honoring each and every man and woman that's ever served for us. All right, let's get started. As you are just signing in, I want to tell you about how you, part of our community, can help out this incredible dog, Champ. Now, if you go back into my TV years, I remember that we did a story on Champ, and a lot of you might follow the Facebook page, which is Champ. Okay, so we are going to drop in, Gabriel's moderating at home for you. He'll drop in the Facebook page as well as a page where you can go to vote so we can help out our friends at Stray Rescue. Of course, the founder is one of our dear, dear friends. You remember the piece we did on Randy Graham, probably one of my absolute favorite since we started this show. There's Randy and Champ together. We're going to talk about Stray Rescue and the wonderful work that they do and how you can help all of this out. So with no further ado, let's bring our guest on this morning. This is Champ's dad, Mike Denke. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fantastic. We're going to see Champ in just a second because we've got a treat for him, right?
We do have a treat for him. Just saying that might bring him up here.
It's okay. Anytime you want to show him, I'll bring him up on stage. Well, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you absolutely. So for those who have never had the blessing of getting to know your beautiful animal, tell me about Champ and tell me his story, and then we'll get into how our community can help you.
Okay, well, I could talk a long time about that, but he was rescued in August of 2016 by Randy and Stray Rescue, and I adopted him in September of 2016. I was just thinking I was going to be adopting a dog and helping a dog out. Turns out he would be through social media. He became very popular, and a lot of people invested their time and their prayers and their money in him. And once he was adopted, a lot of times the dogs never get seen after that. A lot of these warrior dogs that get adopted never get seen again. And they asked me to do a Facebook page, some of his followers. And I thought, well, that's simple enough. I can do that. And I did. And the next thing you know, I've got all these rabid followers that wanted to do all kinds of things. And over the 9 years, we've done all kinds of shirt promotions and uh, fundraisers. And these contests are kind of our signature thing because it doesn't cost anybody any money. And our theory is kind of, as a group, we can do a lot. Individually, we can do a little, but as a group, we can do a heck of a lot. And this is for the people that really don't have a lot of money to spend, and but it's something they can do simply by just voting every day. And we can raise, I mean, we've actually raised, I lost track, but I think it's over $100,000 that we won in these contests over the 9 years. So this one's worth $5,000 if we win it, and we got a really good chance. We've done it before, and we just got to get the word out a little bit more because some of these other shelters are getting bigger and better, and it's hard to fight, you know. So I mean, there's 6,500 uh, shelters that get in this contest. So it's not an easy thing, but we've done really well. And I'm hoping that this is kind of his farewell tour, is what I call it.
Oh,
And we're just doing one last one and trying to go out big. And hopefully we do. And I think you'll double our chances. So I really appreciate you doing that for us.
well, for all of you that are signing in, and I know a lot of you will pop in, and then you might have to pop off and head off to work, or drive the kids to school, whatever you have to do. Come back or immediately take this and share. That's the big thing. I know we always ask you to share our stories and share our show, but this is a big one today. I already voted for Champ yesterday. I voted this morning before we went on. Gabriel, drop the link in. I sent it to Gabriel actually this morning to drop the link in to be able to follow you on Facebook as well to vote. And you can vote every single day. Does this go through the end of the year?
Yes, it does. It goes till December 31st. It's a 56 day contest. You just vote once a day. And, but yeah, it's a long one.
When do we find out? At the
They've
very
been
end of the
pretty
year or the
quick.
beginning of the year?
Late the last couple contests, they've let us know the next day.
Oh,
Sometimes it takes a couple weeks, but usually we find out pretty soon.
yeah. So again, if you're just tuning in, this is Champ's dad, Mike Dinky. We're going to see. Well, you see some pictures of Champ, but we'll give him a treat here in just a second, and we'll put him on stage for you. But as you have been talking, again, a lot of you may have followed Champ. If you look at his Facebook page, 7,800 followers. I think I hear that Gabriel's having trouble. So I'm going to go ahead and do it here. I'm going to play producer here. So here is the Facebook page for all of you. As well, I'm going to put the voting page. Now, is there an easy link, Mike, to the voting page? If not, this is a pretty long link, but if you just click on it or cut and paste it, you should
Well,
be okay.
if they do wind up following me on Champ's page, I put the link every day
Okay.
on the voting thing, so they'll see
Okay.
it right away. But yeah, there's a simple link. I wouldn't be able to bring that up for you right now,
Well,
but
I,
there's
I just dropped it in, but it's long. It's the animalrescuesite.com, but this is going to take you straight to the voting page. So for all
it
of you
should.
that are signing in, just look in the comments. I just dropped it in for you. I dropped in his Facebook page to follow as well as the voting page to make it easy. Again, we like to make it easy on all of you. What is special about Champ? Why do you think, and again, looking at his Facebook page alone, 7,800 followers. And I know we all like following animal pages, but why do you think the community has gravitated to Champ?
Yeah. Well, it's more than just the community, actually. Because he wound up being a Akita, he was in a dogfighting situation, in case
Mm.
people don't know. And Randy found him and he rescued him in real time. So back in 2016, the rescues were just starting to use social media as a way to, get people more involved. And so when he rescued him in real time, I thought, seeing it myself, I think, oh my God, I'm the only one that's seen this, really. But I was crying at the video that he did, and I called him up, said, I want to pay all those medical bills on that dog. And
Wow.
I think everybody was like me. I didn't realize it at the time because I'd never been through anything like this. I've never been a leader of a dog pack before. So it was really odd for me to all this come tumbling on me in such a huge way in the beginning.
Right.
But I think everybody just was like me. They just saw him and saw that he was terribly abused, and I started crying. I think a lot of people did, and like I said earlier, I think people were praying for him. They were donating money. They were just really invested, and and I just happened to be more invested than everybody else. I wound up adopting him, and but he's a special guy to boot. I mean, when they rescued him, he was full of mud and full of dog bites, and he was out in a coma, I think, for 2, 3, 4 days, something like that, at the hospital. So, and Randy did all that too. They were Stray Rescue was, you know, putting cameras on every step of the way. When he woke up out of his coma and saw Randy, the whole ball of wax. So yeah, I think everybody just got invested in the dog. And also that he was a kid. After they wound up getting all the mud off him, he wound up being this beautiful dog and so photogenic. I was not a camera person when I met him, but he just made me look good on camera. So every picture I took of him was beautiful, and they would look at it and go, "That's a beautiful dog." You know? And so he kind of made everything better by just being himself and being beautiful, I guess you could say. And then I became better at photography. Now I'm halfway good photographer. I shoot all kinds of pictures now of all
You
kinds of
have
stuff. But
you here's what
so
I
he
love.
enriched our lives greatly in so many ways. Um, yeah, I know you're a spiritual person too, but all the things that I was doing in my life, that the training that I had in this or that, I thought it was for my work all the time. But I think this all happened for a reason. I met Randy uh, a few months before this on a rescue, and we had known each other, and I had his number and everything, and he just called me and said, I think you could take care of this dog. So that in itself was a weird timing, but then all the stuff that I had done with organizing stuff and just everything kind of came together in this s- way too coincidental. It was pretty spiritual for me, so
That was a
the whole
God
thing
wink.
has been great. Plus I love
Yep.
dogs, and I'm with a bunch of dog lovers, so what can be better than that?
That was a God wink, for sure, a God wink.
Yeah, I
Again,
think so.
if you're just tuning in, we are talking, as you can see, to Mike Dinky, Champ's dad. You were just talking about getting very photogenic with him. So I love these pictures, and if you follow the page that I dropped in for you, you'll see this. You have him all decked out, traveling all over the world. Tell me about this.
Well, it came as an idea for one of my friends, because I was going to stop, because the last few contests we've been in, even though we've never walked away empty-handed, the last few times we were only making $500, and I thought, you know what, maybe we should stop this. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, I got this idea. Why don't we do like a farewell tour, and I'll get AI involved, and we'll just get a bunch of stuff, and we'll just take them all over the world." And it just re-inspired me to do it one last time. And really now I'm so excited. I mean, all the pictures that she's coming up and I'm coming up with are just so fun. And and the first two stops of my trip, the first one was a shelter that bought a bunch of his coloring books. She buys hundreds of them, and she gives them out at Halloween when they come to her shelter. There's a Washington, Illinois shelter that she's responsible with, and she gives out coloring books with the candy, but gives them to the kids. And that's one of our crowning achievements as the champions. So that was our first stop, and she just loved it. And yesterday I was in heaven because I was hoping she would see it, and I'm starting to get emotional now. But she saw it, and the stop today was an Akita person that happened to see what was happening, and they are very uh, tight knit group, and that Akitas are kind of stubborn and kind of. There's a lot of things that people need to know. They're not an easy dog to do, and so they really helped me with the food and the temperament and what I was going to be in for, and what the breed is all about. And so that was my stop today, to just visit her. So I'm going to be going. I'm going to be going to some iconic places. But that one that you showed, I saw it from Paris. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had people that I talk to every day. Sometimes I have to do the translation button from France or from the Netherlands or wherever it is. But I talk to Canada. I talk to these people on a daily basis, and that's one of the fun things about this group is it brought us all together from really literally all over the world, and we talk to each other and we're friends. I mean, I have friends that I'll be talking to well after Champ is gone. Of course, Champ and I are about the same age, so we're going to kind of live out our lives together here. But I'm going to have have these
is
friends for the rest of my life.
he is a good looking dog. Again, if you're just tuning in, Mike Dinky is my guest, and we wanted to start off the show with Mike to talk to you about Champ. I've dropped in several comments for you, by the way, on multiple platforms. So I put the Facebook page for Champ. I put the link in. So just look in the comment section. I put the link in to make it easy for you to vote. It doesn't cost you anything. There is, once you voted, there is opportunities to give to different shelters. You don't have to. You're just voting. And that link I dropped in is a direct link. So a lot of times, Mike, people will do these contests and then they have to fill out a bunch of stuff. You don't. It literally just click vote and it says thanks for voting, which makes it so
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah, once you're registered, I mean, we've been doing it so long, most of us are registered. I think you might have to sign in the first time you do it, but really, if you go to that direct link, I think it just lets you vote without
It did.
any
I did it.
information
It
or
was
anything. I think
the
where they kind of make their money, it's the greater good,
yeah,
and it's an animal shelter challenge, and I think they make their money by clicks, like a lot of
correct.
people do. So the more clicks they get, the more money, and that's how they make the money for not only their charities but for this contest. So
Right. Yep.
yeah,
It's easy. When you go to, and actually I'll bring this up here for all of you. When you go to the page, this is the page just to make sure that you know that you are on the correct page. But again, if you click on the link I dropped in, you're fine. I also dropped in a Facebook profile for Stray Rescue. So there's a few things that are in there for you. But this is what you'll see. When you go to the page, it says that you can help provide animals at Stray Rescue with love and support by voting every day at the Shelter Challenge. They seek out and take in those who no other organizations will help or would simply euthanize because they're too expensive to heal. They rescue the abandoned, beaten, bred, fought, injured, terrified, defeated, and betrayed. And again, if you're not familiar with Stray Rescue, they're located on Pine Street. You can help them win the cash and the prizes in this current challenge from the animal rescue site. And again, we're voting for Champ to be that winner. As you had mentioned, you've done a lot of different contests, and so now the field is getting larger and larger, and that's what gets hard. Mike told me that they've won 10,000 a few times, also 5,000, 3,000 on many occasions. Again, 6,500 shelters that compete. Now, here's the thing: they all do incredible work. We're just biased, right? We want to help out ours here locally. This is the cool thing. Over the years that you've had Champ, there's so many fun things that people have known about. So you've had Champ for over 9 years, rescued again by Randy Grimm, who has Randy's Rescue Ranch and the founder of Stray Rescue. So from following, a lot of people already know this, but if not, you formed the Facebook page and his followers have been able to buy a lot of things from you. And I love what you like, the titles that you give those. Like, we can put chapstick on or champstick. Tell me about all the fun merchandise and things.
well, that's just another thing that was a click on what we were talking about before, because Randy named him Champ, and I didn't change it because I thought it was a great name for him. Little did I realize that it would be uh, we'd be able to work it in with champagne, with shampoo, with the champ stick, like you said, and different items like that. So we just really had a lot of fun with it. And most times it would be something accidental. I named my boat. I have a boat. I live in Lake St. Louis. I have a
Oh,
boat that didn't have a name on it, and I decided to name it Champagne, and Champ in capital letters, and it's called Champagne Wishes. And
I love
that just
it.
kind of, it's like, oh man, we could do all these other things. So yeah, that is how actually raised money for the coloring books that we did. We A lot of these promotions we did, we raised money. It's because we did give most of them for free. We sent them all over the world actually, but we gave them to a lot of schools. A lot of veterinarian places have them in their offices, doctors' offices. We took them all over the place. It was really fun.
How cool is that? Stephanie, thank you. All of you, by the way, drop in, voted, or I voted, just like you do on election day. Let us know so that
Oh,
Mike
cool.
can
Oh, that's
see.
awesome.
Yep, yep. Thank you, Stephanie. But all of you that are signing on, whether it's now or you watch on replay, good morning, Diane. She's over on Instagram right now. Everybody, go vote in the link that I dropped in for you. Actually, I'll go ahead and grab that link and put it over on our Instagram page because that doesn't automatically populate. So for those of you that are watching on Instagram, I'm going to drop it in for you right now. Make it easy. There you go. It's there for you. So just click on that link and tell me that you voted and you're helping out Champ. So yeah, that's the cool thing that I wanted to transition to. Oh, there we go. People are doing it for you, right? Saying vote, vote, vote. These
Yay.
coloring books for kids, teaching them about simple animal care. And I love it because, you can have a parent, Mike, that says, make sure that they go potty, make sure that you brush them, do this, do this. And they'll be like, yeah, 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 I listen. But you get a coloring book in front of them and they're being taught a whole new way. Tell me how it's been received by the kids.
Oh, I think people love it. Yeah, I haven't talked to any kids per se about it, but I've talked to a lot of their parents and everybody. I haven't heard one person say that they didn't like it. But we also did it together as a group. That's the other thing that was so cool about it. We came up with the idea together. We started doing stuff. Somebody would say, "Oh, we can't do that because you know, we got to make it so it's like the Ten Commandments of dog care." So that's, in fact, that's on the back of the book, the Ten Commandments of dog care, and it's all simple stuff that I always wanted to help dogs with, but I never had a voice before this. But there's you should never have a dog as a puppy, put a collar on it, and then keep it on their whole life, and then somebody has to dig it out later. That should never happen.
Yeah.
So that's in the coloring book. Just letting kids know, hey, when they're pay attention to your dog. When it gets bigger, take that collar, loosen it up, or make sure it's not too tight, or too loose for that matter.
Right.
But then, and there's all kinds of little games in it also, tic tac toe and connect the dots, and everything's dog related, and it just was so fun to do. Even the little stuff. The girl that was in charge of the printing for me did one thing with make sure you take your dog to a veterinary care, and she had a girl doctor as a thing. And I said, oh, make sure you put Jill on that, Dr. Jill on her vest. So we did all kinds of little things that a lot of people don't even know. They're just little inside stuff. But to me, that was our crowning. We've done a lot of cool stuff, and it's all because of the people that follow them. But that coloring book, I'll always be proud of, because if there's just one person that somebody says someday, "Wow, that coloring book made me realize that I had take better care of my dog, or really helped me out," that would make me so happy, because we sent them literally. I mean, believe it or not, we sent them to Bahrain.
Oh my
Who would
gosh.
ever think we'd be sending 50 to 100 coloring books to Bahrain to the kids? But the lady was in a military base, and she said they just treat their dogs like crap here. And I want to teach these kids and make sure they know that there's something that they can do to keep it from being a bad situation. So, when I get feedback like that from people, those kids even sent me letters back and thanked me for everything, and little coloring things they did, and sent them thank you. And it's just when I think back on it, it was just so heartwarming.
Right, I was just gonna say that's gotta warm your heart. So around 6,000 books all around the world.
Yeah,
And by
yeah.
the way, Champ has an official video on YouTube. So if we look up Champ or Stray Rescue on YouTube, we should find that.
It's pretty easy. Yeah, yeah. You should be able to, if you just put Champ official video with Stray Rescue, you should find it easily.
I'm gonna drop it in for you all. Official videos, and I already said how much we love Stray Rescue. They are incredible. All right, here it is. I just found it. Champ is a champion, and so are all of you that follow him. So I want you to continue to do so. Again, we gave you the Facebook page. I believe this is the YouTube video right now. And then, of course, more so important, go and vote every single day for all the way through the end of the year. Mike, I truly hope, I know there's a lot of shelters involved in this, but I truly do hope that Champ comes out the champion and we just continue to spread this. So remember, don't just vote today and then be done with it. Leave it up as one of your open windows like I'm doing and just vote. And then the next morning, oh, that's right, it's open. Let's vote. Before we wrap up with you, we've got to see him live.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Hey,
let's
Champ,
give him
can you
his
come over here?
treat.
Can you come over here and say hi to Monica? Here.
Oh, hello, baby. Oh my gosh, good looking. That is a very
There
good
he
looking
is.
dog.
I'm having trouble getting it over there. Hey, look up here.
Hi, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
hello,
that's a boy.
sweetheart.
Yeah, we're voting for you. Yay.
He's so sweet. Oh my gosh. Love it. I love it. Well, good luck to you, Mike. And I'll tell you, before we wrap up, one of my dogs, and I don't think a lot of people know this, Adelaide is a dachshund mixed with Akita. Isn't
Oh,
this
wow.
funny?
Wow.
Everyone's like, "How did that happen?" So she's Dachshund, Australian cattle, and a little bit of Akita in her, and I'm like, "Where's the Akita?"
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
what are the
Well,
personalities of an
she
what
probably has a little bit of loyalty in there for
she
the
is?
Akita.
Oh,
He's
I
one
was just gonna
loyal.
say
He's my protector, and
she
he
she's
sticks
got a
by me
lot
all
of
the time.
loyalty, but I was just gonna ask you, what are the traits of an Akita that you love most? besides
Well,
loyalty?
he's very protective for sure. He's very loyal. Like he's just sitting by me here the whole time we're doing this, and he doesn't hardly let me out of his sight. When we go walking, he protects me wherever we go. Doesn't and he's very fierce also, which can be. That's why people were kind of worried about me getting him because he can be very. Uh, I don't want to say mean, but he can be very
He's protective.
aggressive. He can be very
He
aggressive.
loves
So
his
that's
dad.
his only, if you want to say bad trait, that's his only bad one, that he's very aggressive to other dogs, not to people. He's been, for what he's been through, he loves women. Some of the men, when I first moved to Lake St. Louis, if they had a hat on or anything in their hands that looked like a weapon, he would go ballistic.
Sure.
But now we go to the golf course almost every day. He gets treats at the golf shack, and so all those people wear hats and they have golf clubs, and he goes up to him for treats. So he's changed immensely in the 9 years that I've had him.
Well, I tell you what, we do positive talk time every other Thursday with Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, and Jessica Cook is just absolutely brilliant, and what she does is amazing. She talks about the importance of these dogs going into homes that set them up for success, not for failure. So there's some people that think, oh, just let me adopt a dog and I'll go ahead and throw them in front of a bunch of men, but they're scared. I'm gonna throw them with a bunch of other dogs, but they don't like other dogs. There's a reason why they vet each and every person who is going to adopt to say, no, this dog has to be in a single dog home, or this dog can only be with female dogs, not male dogs, or it's best not to be around kids. They know that, right? That's the important thing about these rescues. They don't want them to be adopted and then they are all of a sudden turned back in, or they're dropped on the street. You know, all the horrific things that happen to these babies.
Yeah. Yeah, and when we adopted him, we had four cats, and I now that there's so many things I think back on, but I must have been just crazy to think that I was going to bring this kind of a dog into my house with four cats. But we came up with a dog trainer, and I did some different things, and it's really funny how they just all got within 6 months. Three out of the four were best friends with him. It was just crazy.
Well, he's amazing. And I did not know that you lived in Lake St. Louis. My mom and my brother are there. So I'm surprised I haven't seen you. I bet you I will now. I'll see you up at my mom lives over by the small clubhouse. Are you near there?
I walk to the small club almost every day. I'm up there.
Yeah, I bet you she's seen you, or I bet you I have. I'm over by there. We'll communicate, and I want to meet Champ in person now that I know it's that close.
Okay, yeah, we're at the golf check is going to be closing in about a week for the winter,
Where's he gonna
so
get
he
his
won't be
treats
getting his
from?
treats, but we'll still be up there.
All right, one more time, folks. Let's again looking through these amazing pictures. You can see the bond between Champ and his dad, and the love between them. Now it's the love of the community stepping up and voting so that we can help Stray Rescue of St. Louis to do the incredible work that they do. So yes, and I know a lot of you know that we usually talk with Jessica on every other Thursday with Yuppie Puppies, but she says all the time the importance of all these shelters working together, and she absolutely loves the work that Stray Rescue does. Look at how gorgeous Champ is.
Yeah,
Champ going around
he,
the world.
yeah, he's a beautiful dog. Yeah,
Well, let's help him out again. Let's actually get him to Paris. And let's vote, vote, vote like crazy. The sky's the limit, folks. It is all dependent upon us. So do your part and vote. Thank you, Mike, so very much. Give some more treats to that good boy. He's doing good job for his dad, protecting his daddy.
I appreciate it so much. I can't thank you enough.
No, absolutely. Thank you and best of luck. And again, I'll keep reminding my community over the next several weeks to continue to vote for him. Stay in touch. And of course, let us know, because I'm going to put this out there to God, to the spirit world, the universe, whatever you believe in. Champ will win. Champ will be the champion.
Yay!
Mike, thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
You too. See you at the golf course.
There you go. All right, everybody. We'll be right back with more of The Real Monica Adams Show.
I was just on the Real Monica Adams show, and it was really a good experience for me. When I walked in, the building is just peaceful. The environment is beautiful here. Monica really made me feel welcome.
The Monica Adams show allows people to be themselves. It's really important to share kindness, to be real, to offer stories and things that will give people hope and a reason to smile.
rather than waking up aggravated, disappointed, and wondering, where's this earth going, choose to wake up with something that'll put your mind and your heart in the right direction. Start with Monica.
I love it. Thank you so much, Tony Twist. And I am going to look at having Tony and Reed Lowe, Kelly Chase, Jamie Rivers, all these incredible St. Louis Blues players back on our show. Thinking about doing a cooking segment with them, by the way. They've got their bare knuckle barbecue sauce out. I haven't had a chance to try it yet. I definitely want to try Twisters. And I think Jamie's is spicy. And then Twisters is like that Carolina mix. So if you don't know that and you're looking for something unique for your family or your friends that are St. Louis Blues fans, yeah, bare knuckle barbecue. And they've got a special edition box out, by the way, right now. Let's talk about the Blues. What the heck is happening with this team? I know the season just started, but every time I turn around, except for against Edmonton the other day, the Blues lost to the Capitals 6-1. They play against the Buffalo Sabres on the road tonight, 6 p.m. Hopefully I can tell you tomorrow morning that they've won. It's the Kraken and the Blues then back in St. Louis. That'll be a game on Saturday night at 6 p.m. And as I mentioned at the beginning, if you didn't see the forecast, it is definitely going to be a cold one as we head into the weekend. So we didn't get a chance to do news you can use. I didn't get a chance to say hello to all of you, so let me do that. Stephanie, again, voted. Thank you. She said, love the Blues alumni. I know. Gorgeous dog, right? I know. Champ is beautiful. Absolutely stunning animal. Stray Rescue made it possible for me to take a stray home and keep. Well, I love that, Rose. Thank you for passing that along. They do incredible work. And I love, that's actually how I got to know Randy Grimm. Randy is an incredible human being. And I am saying again, if you have not seen the piece that we did on Stray Rescue at the very beginning of this show, two and a half years ago, it's on YouTube. Meta, again, gets rid of shows after 30 days, which is unfortunate. So all these shows, almost 750, they are still on YouTube. That's where I want you all to subscribe. So for those of you that are on Facebook and you're like, oh my gosh, I really would love to go back and watch this one, they're not there, unfortunately, because they delete them or you have to save them after 30 days. And what I do is just have you all go over and subscribe. Make sure you're following our YouTube channel because they're all there. And you'll, of course, get the same notification when we go on live every morning. So good morning. So nice seeing you at the Fox Char. Thank you. I was just going to talk about that. Good morning, Julie, Stephanie, another Julie, Sean. My 95-year-old father-in-law went on an honor flight last year, Christy says. It was an amazing experience for him. I wonder if he was on the flight I was on. You said last year. I wonder if it was. It was unbelievable. And so my plan is this weekend to turn in another beautiful piece that we can air next week on veterans. Linda, good morning to you. Kathleen, good morning as well. I think Karen, good morning. Akitas are great dogs, Christy says. I had one years ago. Never had a full one. I just have a mixed one. Danette Bader, hi, Monica and Mike. Thank you for watching. And for all of you, again, let Mike know that you voted. It's that easy. Don't give up on the team. I'm not giving up, Stephanie, I promise. So yeah, let's talk about this in just a second. The Notebook. Incredible. Here's the strange thing. So I went to see Life of Pi last month, and never in all of the years I've been going to the Fox, which has been since I was like 7 years old, ever has there ever been a stoppage in the play due to technical difficulties. Well, this was weird. Opening night of Life of Pi, it happened. And then last night it happened, but last night it happened not from what I thought would be like an audio issue or a video issue, but it must have been something. I don't know if one of the young girls that was playing, if you know the movie Notebook, it's Allie and Noah. So one of the Allies, right? So I don't want to give it away. If you've never seen the Notebook, you got to go see it at the Fabulous Fox Theater. So again, it opened up on November 4th. I posted a bunch of stuff last night on my reel, so be sure to check that out. The Notebook will run at the Fabulous Fox from November 4th through the 16th. And then Les Mis is coming. The Wiz is coming. I mean, this is some of the best shows I've ever seen. Phantom of the Opera is coming. It goes on and on and on. If you haven't seen the lineup at the Fox, please check it out. The Fabulous Fox Theater. Love them. Fabulous Fox thank you for everything that you've done for St. Louis over the years. But yes, the girl who played the younger Allie, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I haven't looked on social media to see if anybody's saying anything, but like almost halfway in, because it was before intermission, one of the, I guess it's the understudy, she came in. She had like thunderous applause when she came out on stage, and my husband's like, why is everybody applauding? I'm like, well, they either know her or they're happy that the show could go on. I think it's something like that. So pay attention, by the way, to some of the things I'm talking about that has to do with the Notebook, because something I talk about is going to be important when I give away my 1-year membership to Crunch Fitness. And if you are not in the drawing yet, you have time right now. I'll see your name and I'll put you in. We've got several that are in a running list month after month after month. If you don't win, I keep you on that list until you win. Then, of course, we take you off. But if you don't win in 1 month, don't worry. You don't have to try to enter again. Once you're entered, you're in there. If you want to be a part of the Crunch drawing, and I will be giving that away in the next 20 minutes, just really quick say, I want in the Crunch Fitness drawing. Okay. So we'll talk about the Notebook. It was amazing. My biggest thing was, were they going to be able to do the scene in the movie, if you hopefully have seen the movie, that they do with Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling's character, where they're in the boat, which, by the way, is something that Jim and I were so thrilled. We had our 5th anniversary. Jim surprised me. We went to Nashville, Charleston, Chattanooga. When we were in Charleston, there is an area there where they filmed a lot of the things in the Notebook, the movie. And we were able to go where that whole pond area is, get into a boat and row and row and row. Richard, you're in. You got it. We were rowing. We took incredible videos, and I kept calling him Noah. And he's like, Monica, it's Jim. I'm like, today you're Noah. Today I get to believe that you're Noah in the movie, The Notebook. How many of you love the movie? It is our favorite. Jim is such a romantic, and that is one of his all-time favorites. The Notebook and It's a Wonderful Life. If you ask him, those are 2 of his favorites. Of course, in his theater room that we created for him, you also have The Godfather. You have a bunch of Western movies. You've got Clint Eastwood. He loves Clint Eastwood, but he loves Godfather as well. So he's got that mix, but absolutely love the Notebook. So if you love the movie and you didn't know that it is now on stage at the Fox, now you do. Please go and see it. I was so impressed. You know, you have to get a little apprehensive sometimes because you have something that you love so much and you wonder, is it going to be good live? My husband walked out right away and said, that was really, really good. And it's interesting, right? Because you're used to seeing the movie and you wonder how they're going to mix in music, etc. I bought this beautiful, soft, that's why I'm wearing it this morning. If you haven't seen what it says, If This Is Love. Let me go this way. If This Is Love. This is from last night. I bought this. So great merchandise. I knew that I was going to buy something. I normally don't buy merchandise. Last night I'm like, I have to get something. They've got cute bags. I was hoping they were going to have something where the line is, if you're a bird, I'm a bird, right? If you know the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But many things in there. I'll Carry You. They say that. There's just some different songs mixed in. But If This Is Love is a big part of it. And so I asked the girl what was selling best, and she said, absolutely these. It's super soft. I will tell you, it runs just a little oversized. So I usually wear a small. And when she told me it was a little oversized, I'm like, okay. So if you're going to the Fox and you want to get merchandise, I highly recommend it. It's like a steel blue. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, Linda said, I love the movie, which watch it every chance I get. Never gets old. I agree. In fact, now that I've seen it on stage, I now want to watch the movie again. They cast those characters so well. Matt loved it. His 2 favorite movies, Notebook and It's a Wonderful Life. Him and Matt would get along. All right, let's have them hang together. I don't know if Char's still on, but Char, what's your review? Did you absolutely love it as well? Hey, by the way, here's your National Day of calendar. Here's what's on tap today. It's National Nachos Day, National Cash Back Day, National Men Make Dinner. Oh, I like that one. Oh, shoot. I should have gone into my closet. I still have it. National Saxophone Day. If I had a read on me and if I actually had it out, if I had known that was today, I would have played a little bit for you. I played the saxophone when I was in grade school and high school, but I'd have to blow the dust off and get a read. I have not played in a long, long time. So there you go. A couple things on tap for you. We haven't had a chance to do news you can use. So we're going to do that. We got a handful of things. What I want to know, because I was asking people at the Fox last night, and I ran into a couple people yesterday afternoon asking if anybody had been really impacted yet by the government shutdown, whether it's the fact that you are a government employee and continuing to work without a paycheck, or that you are flying and you've had trouble in the skies, or cancellations or delays. Well, we're going to talk about that when we return.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
Come on, it just makes you want to move, right? Gets back to my dancing. By the way, you saw that say Fitness Friday. What I want to know is, what would you like for me to cover on either a workout Wednesday or a Fitness Friday? I used to ask that during my TV days. During the pandemic, we did Monica's Motivational Moments. And regularly we would have people email me saying, hey, on the next Motivational Moments with Monica, can you cover this? Can you show us how to work this? So I want to get back into that, doing some short segments for you that you can do at home, or you can take those with you and do that workout for you. You can do that workout at the gym for you or with a group of your friends. So what would you like to see in my next, which will be next week? Tomorrow we've got Foodie Friday with Latanya. Oh, yes. Can't wait. Chef Latanya is going to be on with us. We also are going to do real estate with our wonderful real estate agent, Dot Fleshman, and mix in a little Friendship Friday for you. So we got a big show on tap. In fact, it'll be about an hour and a half, or a little bit more than that, hour and a half show from 7 a.m. through about 8:30. So be sure to tune in for that. We're going to make some cabbage with some shrimp. It's definitely a fall dish. Cabbage, shrimp, some chicken sausage. We got a mixture of peppers, onions, a little chicken stock, some olive oil, and some spices. Simple ingredients for you to make for your family in less than a half hour. Men cook day. Oh no, I'll starve, Linda says. Love nachos. I wear them on my hips. Come on. Let's see. You're getting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's the best I can do. XD. What's XD? I don't know that one. No, let's skip the calendar today. Nope. Let's see. Okay, so that's all the comments for us so far. Let me go over on Instagram. All right, Instagram, you're good. Let me come back now to our news you can use. So let's start off with talking about, obviously, so many people that are being affected by this, and they're wondering, how am I going to be able to continue? Can I continue without a paycheck? How long can I do that, etc.? The FAA is releasing a preliminary list of airports that will cut thousands of flights, and this is going to happen tomorrow. So this is the part of the talker news you can use, right? So late yesterday, the FAA released a preliminary list of 40 airports, actually, across the country that they're going to cut flights starting tomorrow due to the government shutdown that continues to strain air traffic controllers. They state that flights will be reduced by 10% if the shutdown does not end by tomorrow. So the list of airports include major hubs, New York, Chicago, and Dallas, just 3 weeks before a very busy holiday travel season. This means if you're traveling to a destination with flight cuts, you may experience even more delays, even more cancellations, or trouble even finding future flights. A number of those airports on the list are also heavy cargo movers, so meaning packages could see a delay in delivery, right as everybody is buying for Christmas. American Airlines did say that they expect the vast majority of their customers will not be impacted, and they will proactively reach out to you. All right, if you're affected by it, they will proactively reach out so that you would know in advance. Meanwhile, United released an internal memo that says it will try to rebook passengers affected by flight reductions, adding that all customers are eligible for a refund during this period. By the way, according to CBS, the list of airports that will face cuts is not final, and it could still change as the FAA has not issued a final order formally requiring those airline cuts. Obviously, that is the hold on one second for me. That is the top news story that I had for you. So I want to know, what do you think about this? What do you think about the fact that it's been going on as long as it has? Do you think, have you heard anything nearing an end in sight? XD is meant to be a laughing face. Oh, yeah. See, so when it comes across on my screen, that's probable what I would get to, Linda says. So, for any of you, have you flown during this shutdown? Have you seen long lines? My husband just got back from Richmond, and he didn't run into any problems, he said. But I've talked to other people that have said, absolutely, I can see the impacts already. Longer lines, big delays, cancellations of flights. But now, as what I gave you this morning, now we're talking about people going into the holiday season. This is that big travel time. What I'm worried about is the amount of cancellations and delays they would have to do. And seeing how long it's been going on, what's going to happen to the price of airline tickets? I'm just thinking they're going to skyrocket. They're already high, but I have a feeling that it's going to be impacted even more. By the way, FAA, as we said, reducing air traffic by 10% across 40 high volume markets during this shutdown. So please pass that along to as many people as you can, because if they're flying and they're not even thinking about being impacted by this, at least tell them to check in with their carrier, not the airport, check in with the carrier and see before they travel up to the airport and find out that they are in fact impacted. Well, we talked about Champ and voting for stray rescue. This was unsettling. Some puppies. I mean, we know what happens, unfortunately, but we don't want to see it. But I think I need to put it out there for you. These puppies were found abandoned in rural Missouri, in Clinton, Missouri, actually. But let's thank 5 Acres. I just mentioned the incredible shelters we have in our area. 5 Acres partnering with other shelters to save these dogs' lives. And again, there were multiple puppies that were found in Clinton, Missouri. And just when people thought they were going to have to be euthanized, that's when 5 Acres stepped in. But this is when all the shelters talk together. So I can guarantee you, Stray Rescue that we were just mentioning, Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, the APA maybe, all of them, Open Door Animal Sanctuary. I mean, I could go on and on and on about the incredible shelters that we have. They stepped up and they are doing good to help out yet more puppies and animals that are being rescued. Hey, St. Luke's, this is cool news. St. Luke's breaking ground on a new medical building in the St. Peter's area. This new medical building is an important step in enhancing the healthcare services available to families in St. Charles County. That's the president and CEO of St. Luke's comment. Andy Bagnell said, we're committed to providing exceptional care close to home. This facility will help meet the growing healthcare needs of the community while they offer modern, accessible services in a patient-centered environment. By the way, once it's complete, the 15,000 square foot facility will be located at 5940 Mexico Road, offering outpatient care and specialty services. So again, just breaking ground on this new medical building in St. Peter's, but congrats to St. Luke's. We've been talking about different grocery stores that are helping out in the times of need for families. Now, Schnucks is announcing their lowest frozen Thanksgiving turkey prices in over 15 years. We've heard of several that have stepped up. They just happen to be the latest. That was yesterday that the market announced the turkeys would be on sale and limited to one turkey with an additional $25 purchase. So if you want to see the exact pricing in your area, I am going to drop in a link for you right now where all you have to do is put in your zip code and find out what the pricing will be at your Schnucks. So thank you, Schnucks, for stepping up and helping out as we are just weeks away. I just mentioned to Jim last night, by the way, saying it does not feel like the holidays are right around the corner. Do you agree with me? Just say yes or no. Do you feel like, yes, it's almost Thanksgiving? Do you feel like it's almost Christmas? I think it's because of the weather being so warm that to me it feels like it's September. Right? And that's what it feels like. I know come Saturday, Sunday, Monday, mainly Sunday, Monday, that I'm going to say, oh, Christmas is right around the corner because it's going to be a hard freeze. If you didn't see that, we're talking down to the 20s Sunday night and into Monday. So again, hard freeze. Take those hoses off of the faucets. Please, please, please don't have broken pipes. Hey, how about Eckert's? They're coming on our show for a Foodie Friday coming up in a couple of weeks. And their farm continues a century-old tradition in Belleville. 7 generations of family farming creating lasting memories for visitors in St. Louis. These fall days. Have you all been to Eckert's? The one in Belleville. Again, families are gathering. They're doing pumpkin picking. They're doing hay rides. One of my favorite things in the fall. Seasonal activities. That's a good date day, by the way. It's one that I love that Jim and I did a while back. They've operated in St. Clair County, folks, since 1877. They said at their core, we're still farmers. We love raising apples, peaches, pumpkins. But what's great about our business is we get to connect so many people with agriculture. It became a real tradition for so many families in the St. Louis area. And that's Chris Eckert's comment. The farm's goal, focusing on creating lasting memories for you, though. And they encourage everyone to observe the happiness that you all are creating. And again, saying hi and giving hugs to new people. If you have not been, then maybe the time is now for you to go and visit and take the kiddos, have an incredible time. Oh, Kristen says, no, I'm not ready. Not ready for the hell. I am nowhere near ready. I feel like we're going to put the tree up and it's just going to feel like it's just slammed up against us. Rose said, a friend of my son is struggling with her 4 kids. She hit rock bottom and is trying so hard to get their life together, not getting her government assistance. She's the kind of person who just hit a hard patch and her food stamp is helping until she gets back on her feet. Yeah, those are the people in need with the SNAP benefits going away. Agree. Doesn't feel like the holiday, Christy says. Not ready. I know. I'm telling you, it's because of the weather. I saw this morning Lambert is number 34 on that list of 40. Yes, get ready. So there's a long list. And I just want you to check out again if you think that you might be affected. If I was flying right now, which I have no plans for any flights anytime soon. But if I were to be flying, I would absolutely be checking in on a daily basis because, as I mentioned, the FAA says that that list may change. It might not just be 40. It may start to escalate and get into 50, 60, etc. They're talking about possibly, I mentioned in the news yesterday, the possibility of airspace shutdown, which we haven't seen since 9/11 when the airspace was shut down for 3 days. Again, hoping and praying. I mean, obviously, I understand why it's shut down, but we need to come to a conclusion and get this life back that everybody needs. By the way, senators are also calling on Boeing to end their strike. So we've had 2 things going on. The government shutdown, many people feel like it's been going on again too long. And then you have Boeing and that strike that's been going on for weeks now. On August 4th, around 3,200 union members went on strike. Can you believe it's already been August? We're talking 3 months worth of this strike at facilities in St. Louis, St. Charles, Mascoutah. The union machinists have voted to reject multiple offers. Last month, Boeing and the union met with the federal mediator, but no agreement to this day has been reached. And as I mentioned, now we've got senators. U.S. Senator Josh Hawley sent a letter to Boeing CEO urging them to negotiate in good faith and, quote, quickly reach an agreement that the IAM 837 machinists can afford to accept. U.S. Senator Tammy Duckworth led Senators Elizabeth Warren, Richard Blumenthal, Elissa Slotkin, and Mazie Hirono to also send a letter to the CEO. You can see now everybody trying to step up and get this thing to end and get us back to our lives, back to them getting paid, again, them and obviously the government workers. So a lot of prayers that we want to send out to what's going on in the world. Okay, we're going to do our devotional coming up. Once again, a reminder, Foodie Friday and Friendship Friday on tap tomorrow. So we are going to feature a fall dish tomorrow. Looking forward to this. Chef Latanya is going to join me. And then, actually, that'll be the second half. Dot Fleshman joins me first with a little real estate talk. And she's going to tell us it's been a good one for her. I'm really, really proud of her. She has had a bunch of sold, some that are just pending. There is one, and I was asking her last night when I was at the Fox, there's one that is active. And I'm like, where is that? Wait till you see this. The view is unbelievable. It's in Baldwin, and they've got an open house, I think, coming up this Sunday and next Sunday. And then it's an auction. So you got to tune in for that tomorrow. We're going to talk about the real estate blueprint. We're also going to talk about interest rates and radon. I remember when I was either buying or selling my home in Afton and the inspection that they said you do not want to skip. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about daylight savings and the benefits of it. I know a lot of people think, oh, I hate daylight savings. I like the fact that we just got an hour back. So we'll talk about the benefits of daylight savings. We'll talk about some important dates coming up, including Veterans Day and Thanksgiving. And I want you to be thinking, what are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? Because we'll be asking that question tomorrow. Yes, Linda says, yay, dot day tomorrow. Love Foodie Fridays as well. It's become one of my favorites. A lot of people saying agree. Doesn't feel like holiday time. Okay, I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we are giving away a 1-year membership to Crunch Fitness. Now, I told you to pay attention. very closely when I was talking about the Notebook. And a Notebook, again, if you have not seen or you didn't hear me talk about it earlier, the Notebook is at the Fabulous Fox Theater and it will run through the 16th. I highly recommend it. Like literally, I always hate to strive for perfection, but I'm going to tell you, they delivered it. The singing is amazing. Obviously, the storyline of the iconic movie is played out very well, and love the songs that you now can sing. And I'm hoping that this one will come back into St. Louis. So first time ever. Again, I didn't even know. It just came up when they said that the Notebook was part of this incredible series. I'm like, the Notebook's on stage? So I almost want to go and see it again with friends. I really, really loved it. In my talk about how incredible it was, I mentioned that for my 5th anniversary, Jim took me to 3 different places. One of the areas has several areas where they shot the Notebook. Where did I say it was? And that we actually got into the water and were able to row and recreate that scene. Where was it? First person with the correct answer that is on the list. That's the thing. If you're not going to use the Crunch Fitness giveaway, then please do not try to win. So I've got a list of names. You might have just tuned in though and said, yes, I do want to be a part of this. You haven't unfortunately entered. So I'll put you in the list for December. So it's got to be somebody on my list. And I've got about 25 of you. So if you're already on the list and you can answer that question by the time I return from break, I will be giving you a 1-year membership to Crunch Fitness to get your workout on. Florissant, St. Peter's, Baldwin, currently open. And I'll let you know, by the way, Fenton is coming soon. South Kings Highway is coming soon. I hear South County is coming. I think one in Wildwood, Chesterfield. So much more to come. Crunch Fitness, by the way, thank you, along with everyone else that is part of our sponsors. Thank you for being a part of our show. Welcome to the mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams Show at my favorite restaurant. There's something about a coffee house that's just very warm and welcoming.
Gives you that sense of community.
What are you most proud of since you've opened it?
I cry easily. I'm thankful for everybody here.
You opened the door during the middle of the pandemic. You got the best Italian restaurant in the United States. Here in St. Louis, you put us on the map. Does it scare you? You go through fear?
Terrifying.
So how do you get past the fear?
We find something to laugh about.
Isn't that important? Find something to laugh about. All right, if you're just tuning in, let me thank another one of our incredible sponsors. She was away at a dealer show, I believe, Spas and More. And if you have not gone in yet, please do so. This is a great time because they've got some really great sales. What a cool Christmas present that would be, right? They're located in the Sunset Hills area at 12957 Gravois Road, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. They are closed on Sunday, by the way. So go to church, go to brunch. You can't go and see spas that day. Spas and More STL.com, online, social media at Spas and More STL. So just imagine having your own hot tub, relax as the snow is falling. Am I taking you there? And all of your muscles are relaxing. You're sitting in the hot tub with your loved ones. You're having a great get together for the holidays and you say, hey, let's hop in our hot tub. Maybe you want a swim spa so that you can continue your activity throughout. You know, you like to get in the water and it's easier on your joints. I get that. Swim spas as well as saunas and the contrast therapy aspect. So the cold plunge all the way to the saunas, chilly goat and sweaty goat. All of that available to you from our friends at Spas and More. Thank you, Angie and team, so much for being a part of our show. We absolutely love you. All right, welcome back. I'm going to let you choose. Nope, not Cabo. Not Cabo. We go to Cabo every other year. So Richard is guessing along with it. I'm going to say right now, here's the list of people. And if you're not on the list, but you want to be in a future drawing, all you have to say is, I want in the Crunch Fitness giveaway. It's that simple. So I'm going to make somebody very happy when we get into December as they get ready for their New Year's resolutions. So Art Potter, Kim Hoffman, Melissa McDonald, Laura Allison, Julie Fabian. Oh, actually, Julie won already. We're going to take Julie out of here. Julie Fleeg or Feig, F-I-E-G, Rose, Leela Sandmel, Carol Matrisi, Dan Pam Davis, Kathy Anselmo, Kathy Babb, Jeannie Kempf, Sherry Lowe, Eva Sinner, Galena, Amy Hughes, Julie Purcell, Rachel Laughlin, Pete Forneck, Pam Parker, Nicole Warren, Ginny Antonacci, and Rich Melching. That is who is in the drawing right now. We can add you to the list. What I want to know, Annette, okay, I'm going to put you on the list. All you have to do is answer the question. Where was some of the Notebook filmed that Jim and I were able to experience in person? I said it earlier in the show. I told you we went to 3 places that he took us to. And you had to be listening. That's why I was mentioning, you got to really listen when we're doing the show, because we will reward you for that. So first person that's on the list, and Annette, I've now got you in the list of the drawing, but this one, I'm actually interacting with you to see where was some of the filming done for the Notebook that we actually went to. I am going to tell you it's in the South. And it was one of 3 places that I told you that we went to for our 5th anniversary. First person that's on that list that can tell me, that's a big giveaway, by the way. You're going to get a 1-year membership for free. You're welcome. Annette, guess. Where do you think it was? So again, the Notebook is at the Fabulous Fox, some beautiful scenery, and had no idea. In fact, when you go to this area, there's an entire package, I think, that people can buy if you want to see several areas that were shot in the movie, because many, like up and down one of the streets, there's restaurants that they shoot. Like when Noah in the movie sees Allie in the restaurant with her soon to be husband, that was shot there as well. Yes, Annette, you are correct. Look at you. Congratulations. Nope. So it's Charleston, South Carolina. And there are some really cool pictures. I got to go back to our 5th anniversary. I will congratulate Annette. And if I can find the pictures, I will put them on social media. Annette, you are the winner. Annette, I need your email. So please shoot me an email. I will put it up on the screen here. For anyone that wants to become a sponsor, has an idea of a guest, a future chef, or a restaurant that you want to be a part of the show, hang on to my email address. Annette, in particular, please shoot me an email right now so that I have your email address, and I will connect you with the team at Crunch. Congratulations to you. I love it. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for watching the show, and I can't wait to see your transformation. So I did talk to the team at Crunch the other day, and I'm being told that the Fenton location should be open around June, July time period. So next summer, to get your beach body on. I should have known that. I took basic training there. You should have. Absolutely. Annette, you are so welcome. Again, so shoot me an email and I will connect you with the team at Crunch. And now I'm going to take Annette's name off of the list because she just won. I don't know what we're going to do in December, but we will have you interact instead of me just pulling a name or picking a number. Okay, so yesterday you all chose Love the Life You Have. Now I'm going to ask, and I'll let the first person that drops a comment in, do you want to hear from Jesus Calling? Look, we have a potpourri of devotionals here. Jesus Calling, Too Blessed to Be Stressed, or Fashioned by God. You, whoever wants to drop in and say, this is the one I want to hear from, let me know. I mentioned what's coming up tomorrow. Saturday, the Yuppie Puppies Gala. You can't buy tickets to it anymore. The tickets are sold out. Thank you, by the way, to the community for really stepping up from a sponsorship standpoint to individual tickets to tables. You did it. Okay, Christy, Too Blessed to Be Stressed. You got it. We'll read from that one. So that's on Saturday. Please pay attention to my social media, my reels, my stories, because I will be dropping in a bunch of stuff from the gala. Oh, look, Kathleen also said the same thing that Christy did. It is going to be Too Blessed to Be Stressed. You got it. So we're going to be at the gala, and just send a bunch of healing prayers to all of the animals that are out there that haven't been rescued yet. Send a bunch of energy to all of us to just light up that night and raise more money than has ever been raised. Great silent and live auction items. It's just going to be a blast. We're going to have a great time. Everybody get all dressed up, and we thank you again from the bottom of our hearts for stepping up and being there for Jessica. So that's Saturday night. And then Monday, by the way, Jenny Gabriel is back with us with JG Optimal Wellness. Looking forward to that. And then on Veterans Veterans Day, it is going to be Todd Nicely. He will be my guest. And I want to thank Bo Matthews, who I used to work with in radio. He asked me if I could interview his friend Todd. So Todd has a brand new book coming out, and I'm going to talk to him about that. Also, thank him for his service. It's called Your Choices Change Lives, a Marine's Journey of Rising from the Ashes. You do not want to miss the show on Veterans Day. And again, thanking every single person out there that has served or family members that have. I'm early, but I'm thankful for your podcast Monday, or Monica, excuse me, Rose. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Too blessed to be stressed. That's what Christy and Kathleen want to hear from. So we turn to worry won't help. All right. Who of you, by worrying, can add a single hour to your life? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest? Luke 12, verses 25 and 26. Do you tend to blow things out of proportion? We've all been there. People with a history of rejection tend to read more rejection between the lines of simple, innocent, everyday transactions. Your friend is not abandoning you just because she's too busy to go with you to the concert. Your boss very likely isn't about to fire you simply because he asked you to proofread your report. All right, take a deep breath. Now exhale. Acknowledge that Papa God is in control and that your petty worrying will not change a single thing. Overinflating every balloon into a spy will only make you explode. A spy dirigible at that. Dear Papa God, I tend to overanalyze and give myself anxiety over nothing. Isn't it all of us? Please help me direct my worrisome thoughts to you and exchange them for your peace. Amen to that. Worry won't help, plain and simple. Fearfully and wonderfully made was the last one. I will give thanks to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, and my soul knows it very well. Look into that one, Psalm 139, verse 14, in case you missed that one. The next one we do from this book is called Loved and Adored, and we'll pick that the next time. Jeannie, grateful for your show. Well, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget, vote, vote, vote for our dear friend Champ. Make him and his dad, Mike, the champion. If you are just tuning in and you don't know what I'm talking about, we featured Champ. He's got his own page, 200, did I say? 7,800, something like that. Over 7,000 followers that absolutely love Champ and his dad. And all we're doing, not spending a dime, you're just voting. I'm going to drop it in for you one more time. There's the link to make it very simple for you to vote today, tomorrow, each and every day. So don't forget, you can vote every day all the way through the end of the year. And then hopefully he'll come back at the end of the year and tell us that they in fact did win for Stray Rescue right here in our own area. Love you all very much. Jeannie, I practice daily gratitude moments and pray. It merely reprograms, it rewires my mind and brain. It definitely relieves anxiety and stress. Absolutely. Meditate, pray, watch how your central nervous system calms itself down. Okay, tomorrow morning, big show. Again, Friendship Friday, Foodie Friday, and then we head into the weekend for a big gala that I know we're going to raise a ton of money. If you cannot be there, make sure to pay attention to my social media. Again, we'll be letting you know just how much was raised if we have the final amount. If not, I'm hoping that we'll give that to you next week. So Dot Fleshman joins me tomorrow. Chef LaTanya Griffin also joins me. It's going to be a big, big show. We'll see you bright and early, 7 a.m. Until then, get out, enjoy this gorgeous weather before it completely flips and everybody starts complaining about cold weather. Enjoy it, share love with someone else, and be kind. God bless you. See you tomorrow.